welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today I'm with you because what I thought we could do some ATCs using this stamp set. So it's going to be a sea themed, and these stamps are just absolutely gorgeous. Just seeing how I get in them this way. Okay, so it is a sea themed stamp set. And you can use any sort of stamp set that you want for this. It doesn't have to be sea themed or anything like that. I just thought these were really, really nice and really big images, and we could make some ATCs with them. So I've just gone in my scrap box and grabbed out some papers because the hope is that I'm going to use it all eventually. But what I'm going to do first is we're going to cut this down to 3.5. And we're going to do by 2.5, and we're going to see how many we can get out of this black sheet of cardstock. So I'm thinking we're going to get 6 out of it, so that's how many we are going to do. So right, okay, so I just need to cut this one down just a little bit more, and then we are good to go. Right, I have had questions asked about how to use the guillotine, and actually I should have shown you. So I'm wanting some of these bubbles on the back. So one of the tips that I'll give to you about using this is when you get when you're cutting it down to the size that you want. So I'm wanting 3.25 because I'd like a bit of the black in the background. Always make sure that your paper's sort of on that line perfectly and also pushed up against there, because then you know you're going to get a good cut. Hold down this. This is definitely hold down this and then cut, but keep tight hold of that, because I find that if you don't have tight hold of that and you do it, the paper can move. But I don't, yeah, so it's just line it up, hold on to that. I find as well, if you do it at the bottom rather than the top, you've got more control. Whereas if you do it at the top, you're stretching over, you're trying to get it centered, and there it's moved. It's more likely to move if you use it at the top than if you use it at the bottom. So definitely use your piece at the bottom. So let me just cut this down. So I want to cut this down to 2.25. So just holding it down and cutting, and as you can see it doesn't move, whereas at the top, even if you're holding it down, it does move. So definitely use your guillotine at the bottom. But that's the only tips really that I would have for this. Yeah, don't really, I think this is already cut to the size. It's just a bit wonky. Yeah, right, let's straighten that up, because that would probably there. So that's 3 bits. So yeah, so that's all I would sort of say on like tips on how to use the guillotines. Is I always make sure that this line is straight up, and then I check that this line is, because I find sometimes my paper might not be straight. I might think it is, but it isn't. So as long as that line is all straight, then I know that I'm going to be okay. So yeah, so that's how I use it. Right, okay, so I need one more. I'm glad I've still got some of this left, because this is just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous paper. I love it. So let's pop that in the scraps box. Right, okay. I also have this stamp set, and on each one I'm going to put this, because it says, "You are a treasure to me." How cool is that? Because you guys are my treasures. And yeah, I actually have a stamp in my stamp set that says, "You are a treasure to me." So I just thought that was so lovely. So that it's going to come out of this stamp set, and it's going to stay permanently on my desk, because I think that is just absolutely perfect. Right, okay. So I'm just going to move my trimmer out the way. I do want to round my corners, if I can find my corner rounder. I did have it. Why does everything disappear when you want it? Oh, there it is. Found it. Right, okay. So I'm just going to round the corners. I don't know, I just prefer the corners rounded, I think. So we're just going to do that, and then I'm going to stick all of these bits on. So these are more like paper ATCs, so there's not going to be much mediums going on them. But yeah, you don't have to add loads of mediums and stuff onto them. You can just, yeah, use a paper and embellishments. Now I've got other cardstock out of my stash, so different colours, and I thought I could just stamp on the different pieces onto the coloured cardstock, and then come in with maybe my Distress inks or something and do a little bit of ink blending around the edge, maybe add in some detail from my white pen. So yeah, so not doing any colouring, because I know there's not many people like to colour, so it's just other ideas, isn't it, of ways in which you can use your stamps. So, and also, even if you do like to colour, sometimes we can be in a rush, can't we? So it is nice in which to be able to just, this is very loud. Oh, I've just thought on, I need to get my husband to sort my eyes out. So I'm on eye drops and I haven't had them done yet. So I'm supposed to have them 4 times a day. They're not, trust me, they're not the nicest things, but you know, my eyes do feel better when I have them in. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick all of these down, and then what we'll do is we'll stamp our images. I'm thinking of maybe doing some shadowing effect with them. So we'll do the images, then I'll go off camera and fussy cut them out, and then we'll come back and pop them together. I think that's probably the best thing to do. Okay. So I think I've spoilt hubby's plans today. I think because I said I want to record today, so that I've got plenty of videos and inspiration for you guys, and plus I really want to craft today. And he said, well, are you doing talking videos, or you know, are you doing the speedy up ones? I say, oh, I'm doing my talking ones. Yesterday he received 3 new records, and I think he's desperate to listen to them. So yeah, I think I've spoilt his plans. But I did tell him I was going to record today, so he just obviously didn't time receiving his records in time, did he? But then he's got headphones, so I can use his headphones. That's what I think. Anyway, it's quite mean, that, isn't it? Right, okay, loving how these are looking. I love this paper. It really does look really nice. Right, okay, so then this bit. Now I'm just going to use, because I'm not going to use any Copic markers or anything, I'm just going to use my archival ink with these stamps. So once I've done that, so they're all done. Okay, so what I've got 3 different types of cardstock here. So I've got a pearlescent one, I've got a linen one, which I thought might be nice as a shadow, and then I've got this pale one, but I'm thinking all 3 of them might be nice. I said archival, didn't I? Okay, so let's grab a whatever that's called. Right, and then let's stick that on there. And then what I'm going to do is we're just going to stamp it on, right, I won't be able to stamp them all on the darker colour, but I can on this one and on this one. So some of them can be shadowed, and then like once, and then others can be shadowed twice. Like I say, we can add details in with our pens. I do have some gel pens there as well, so that might be cool to add some details in, mightn't it? Okay. Right, I'm not going to do the bottle twice, so yeah, 3 times, sorry. And the rope, let's do the rope. So I need 6 images, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so that's really cool actually, because we have 6 large images, so we can have them all as like one on each of the ATCs. So ATCs is the same size as if you were doing a pocket letter. So I mean, if you didn't want to do the ATCs, you could do this as a pocket letter. So yeah, there is options there, or you can use these as journaling cards. So there's lots of different things that we can do. No, I'm thinking, do I want this on the darker one as well? Okay, just, yeah, I think I do. Well, too late now because I have, oh, look at that, I didn't get that, and that's because it's on there. That was silly. However, I don't think that bit will be shown, so we might be okay. Right, okay, so there's that. Let's go with the anchor next. So let's ink that up. And then nice. And then let's do it on this one as well. Okay. And on the dark one. So I'm just going to turn it upside down, just so that we can get in there. Right, okay, so there is that one. And then let's get the starfish. So yeah, so I think because this is just getting repetitive now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go off camera and I'm going to continue stamping all of these out, and then I'm going to fussy cut them out, and once I've done that I'll be back. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. Right, okay, so I'm back. If you can hear anything behind me, that is our lovely little lady. She's pinched my cup of tea. So yeah, isn't she lovely? Doesn't she love thinking about her mum? Anyway, right, I'm just shaking this up. I've cut all my bits and pieces out. I have this in my stash, and it is in a deer ink, and it is in a turquoise, and it's they're made of splashes, and oh, I love these products. And you know, I keep forgetting that I actually have them. I mean, it has a stopper, however the stopper doesn't work because I think it's a bit too thick, but it is gorgeous for splashes. And as soon as as I was cutting these out, I'm just going to take that out a second because I want to sort of keep it away from there. I want to mix this up properly, just because yeah, I can't keep shaking it. So but I keep forgetting that I have them. So I bought them from 13 Arts, and trust me when I say 13 Arts is really hard to order from, and if I don't start using these, they're going to end up drying out, and then it would have been a waste. So, but you can use paint for this, you can use anything, but I just thought it would be really, really nice just to add some splatters in using this turquoise before we put our focal image on. So that's what I'm going. Oh, look at that. And I do want them directional as well, so on a diagonal. But how gorgeous. So just, oh, I absolutely love. So I need to remember that I have these. So please use what is in your stash, because you know we all have stuff that we've had in our stash and that we are forgetting about, and it's such a shame because you know I've had to throw more stuff away when I'm sorting my drawers out because I'm not using it. And oh, it's I sort of get really annoyed with myself because yeah, I know that we buy our products to use, not to hoard. So, and if you don't use them and you do hoard them, they're going to end up where, yeah, you know, we can always, at the end of the day, we can always buy more if we would like to. So, right, that's how I'm going to sort of see it. There'll be a way of getting it, although saying that I'm still a bit of a hoarder with papers, which I think I need to stop being, but yeah, I am slowly working on it. Right, okay, just moving these out of the way so that these can dry. I mean, those splatters just really add to that background. Oh, I love. Okay, so I'll just put them there. So I am actually, so I have my phone in front of me and just to see it here. Luckily you can't see what's on it. You can sort of see something. But yeah, I was watching she's just finished. I was watching our lovely Julia doing her live. So let's turn that off now because she has just turned it off. Okay, anyway. It did take me a while to cut these out. So my thinking is we're going to stick them on so that they have a shadow. So all of these in all the different colours are going to be stuck together so that they have a shadow. Yeah, because I just think how nice will that be. I do have another rope here. Yeah, so just like that. I just thought how like interesting will that make it, how different would it be. So that's what we're going to do. So that was my idea. I'm hoping that I did get across what I was sort of trying to say. But yeah, I think, oh, do you know, I think these are going to look amazing. And I don't even think we will need to add any ink to them, I think. Oh, look at that. God, right, yeah, we're definitely doing it. Right, so I'm just going to grab my glue. So I'm going to use my Nouveau glue, and we're just going to glue. I'm not going to go to the edges because I'm not quite sure which edges to glue. I think I've got it right. So I'm just sticking it slightly down and slightly off to the right. So that's how I'm sort of doing it. And then there we have our shadowed piece. Obviously we didn't have enough of the darker colour to do the bottle, which is a bit of a shame, but yeah. Right, with these, because I know this is the bottom one, I'm just going to pop the glue on. And however, so that's going to go down. Now my glue does dry clear, so I'm quite happy with that. And then these bits I'm going to glue separately just because I'm not quite sure where they're going to sort of hit. So, and again, just put some glue on there. And then we're going to go slightly down and slightly off to the right. Oh, do you know, I love this. I think it works perfectly. Oh, I'm so chuffed with it. There, look at that. So do you know what, for me today it was definitely worth doing what you know, doing this that little bit extra. Right, again, just going to glue this and we can always sort of put glue on off to like where we need to once we finish. So like on these bits, once we've got them in place, so then I can come in and just pop on a little bit of glue just to adhere that down. But yeah, oh, I love. Oh, do you know, I think this is the first time I've ever done this with stamped images. I've never done it. I've always done it with my dies. Never ever just stamped loads of images out and did this with my images. But I have to say I am loving it. Right, I'm just going to go and hope that we sort of catch some part that, yeah, so let's see. Okay, so this one is a little bit tricky just because there's so much more. And then again, let's try and get it quite equal. Oh, I love how gorgeous is that. And that's just using different shades of blues. I love. That's all I'm going to be saying now. So I do apologise. But yeah, I just can't believe how gorgeous they are. Right, that one's the bottom one. So this is the top one. Just making sure that we get them all at the right place. So yeah, so if I... No, that's not the right place. Is that right? No. What about that one? Yeah. So I need to make sure that these are the right way round. So I'm thinking, yeah, just there like that. So I'm holding this one because, yeah, it's a bit tricky with the different arms on. So then, make sure, no, that's not the right place. Is that the right? No. Oh, making sure we get, that doesn't look right either. Nope, I can't find. There it is. Okay, so let's do this. So this one's going up slightly, and I think that's so that we've got a bit on each. Yeah, oh, I love it. Right, so let's do the same again. So I'm just going to pop the glue on like so. Okay, so there's our starfish. Now for our shells, so let's get the shells together, make sure that we've got them right. Okay, so I'm just going to do the middle, and then I'm going to just move it off to the side just like that, and again just to the middle. Oh, I really love this. Do you know, you can do this in card making, you can do this in any sort of mixed media piece. You could use this as your focal image. You know, this is just the tip of the iceberg, really, isn't it? And how amazing is this looking? So yeah, oh, I love it. If you do anything that is like this, I'd love to see it. Honestly, really would. So do come over to my Facebook group and share your makes there. My husband's just, and there's the dogs. Hubby's just walked in. He's just been to the shop to go and get some milk and bread and stuff. So, but he knows I'm recording today, so hopefully all will be well. Right, these are still wet. However, I'm being impatient. I'm going to cut down some, what do you call it? Chipboard, and I'm just going to glue them on, and then I'm going to stamp. I'm going to get some more blue card out, I think, and I'm going to stamp "You Are Treasured" on each one, but I'll do it on, oh, I like that. When these are dry, I might add a little bit of doodling, because I think a little bit of doodling will look really good on this. So, a bit of chipboard's just fell on. Oh, it landed on my bottoms. So I've actually got my PJs on today. So it is a lazy Sunday day. And we all, I don't know about you guys, but I love a lazy Sunday. But today's actually not, it's more of a crafty Sunday than a lazy Sunday, so it's all good. Okay, so just sticking these on. So, and then, oh, I just love them. I love how they look. I think they are gorgeous little ATCs or journaling cards, whatever you want to use them for. I just think they've turned out beautifully. I'm just going to see what else, because I'd like to keep the chipboard. It's all I've really got left, so I'm sure we can work with that. Okay, I'll just stick that down there, and then I need a little piece for each side. So, okay, and then this bit, like that. Right, okay, so there's our next one. Oh, I like how that fills that, so that's quite a full one. That's lovely. And then this piece, so, oh look, that was just made for that bit, wasn't it? Okay, so there, and yep, that bit in there. Okay, and then let's stick this down. And then the last piece, it is, I have to admit, it's a shame that the bottle, we didn't have that darker colour to put behind, because like the others, yeah, it really is a shame. I'm just wondering if, no, I know I don't have any more of that colour. Oh well, you have to work with what we've got, don't we? Okay, let's stick this down. I'll pop that there, and then I may as well pop this little bit in there, like so. Okay, So that is those all done. So I'm going to go through my blue scrap card now, because I'm going to stamp that you are treasured. So really like that. Oh, well, I still have some. I think we'll go with the pearlized one. I do need a stamping block, and I'll have to use my big one. And then again, I'm going to use the archival ink for this. And I'm wondering actually whether or not to get a die out and cut these out so that they'll look really nice. I think I will. So I think we'll go through my dies and see what sort of banner I've got for them. So I do need to mess that one up. Try that again. Yeah. Okay, so I need 6 of these. So just like those. I'll do an extra couple, I think, just because you just don't know, do you, if you mess any up. Okay. Right, there. Oh, drop everything. Right, okay, I'm going to go in my stash. I'm going to get a die out just to cut these out, and then I'll be back, and hopefully these will be dry, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back. Right, I've ended up cutting them out of just this small oval die that measures, let's have a look, 1.5 inches by 1.25 inches. So and it's just a cheap oval die set that I got from, I think it was from AliExpress. It was either AliExpress or eBay. So yeah, but I do have more expensive ones, but I really like the stitching on that one. Oh, I've just seen, got some postage stamp style ones, but nothing that's small enough for what I wanted. But so yeah, I went for something a little bit different. I was going to go with like a banner or something, but then yeah, gone with this instead. But I really like that. And I've also, just out of the really light blue that's the images are at the front are printed on, I've just done some stars. I thought it'd be quite nice just to pop sort of like maybe 3 stars on each one, just across the bottom or something, and then maybe go over with my glitter. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. So what's the first thing I need? What am I looking for? Do you know, I wish that I could sort of remember words as easy as I can remember how to make stuff. Yeah, probably makes no sense. I'm looking for my tool, my picky up tool. But my gems, I'm not sure whereabouts it is. So I have like a little sort of tool thing off to the side of me that my friends bought me for my birthday, and I absolutely love it. I thought it was in there, but it's not, so never mind. It'll be somewhere, won't it? It has to be. Let's have a look, see if I've got a spare one in my drawer. I'll use that one, the pencil. But the one that I really like, I got from our lovely Dawn Sutton. I just haven't got a clue whereabouts it is, so I'm hoping that that'll pick them up. Not quite. I think it needs sharpening. Oh, do you know what a nightmare? Right, I've got everything everywhere, which is a bit annoying, but you know. There's the sharpener, so let's just sharpen this off, just to get rid of all of that wax that has been, there we go, and then that should, yes, that works. Okay, so like I said, I don't know where I've put it. The only thing I can think of is I've moved it when I've gone upstairs, like it's upstairs when I've been crafting up there, which is probably the case because that's what I seem to do. But I did buy another one so that I'd have 2, one for upstairs and one for downstairs, but I haven't got a clue what I've done with them. I'm not raising these up, I'm going to leave them flat, and just like that. Oh, I love that. And then where's my so the stars I just used out of this, I got this, I've been asked where this came from, so let me just show you it. Now I have a feeling it came from Lidl, because that's where my mum shops, and it came in this little case. So you get a little handheld holder, and then you get all of these different little punches, and one of them is a star, which I thought would be perfect. But we've got a flower with leaves, we've got a birthday cake with a candle, mushroom, a heart, a little flower, music notes, balloons, I want to say that's a moth and a butterfly and a star. And you know what, it's absolutely fab. But like I said, I think it did come from Lidl, but it is a fab. So if you do shop in Lidl and you see anything like this, I've got two of them now. My mum got me this one this year for Christmas, and then last year she bought me this one, which I haven't had out as much, but I absolutely love it. How cool is that? Oh, we could have done the stars on the thing, but that is but yeah, so definitely keep an eye out in Lidl, because they're the type of places you'll get stuff like this. And like I say, my mum was the one who picked those up for me, and I love them. Okay, right, so let's stick this on, and then again I want some of the stars. So I think the stars this time can go up there, and let's see if we can get them so that all the points are the same way. I don't normally do that, I normally just stick them on however I want. But yeah, how gorgeous are those looking? Oh, they're so cute. Right, okay, let's stick this one on. Love that ink in the background. I think that ink in the background has really worked. This one, I'm just going to add the two. So one there and one there. Yeah, oh actually, and one up there. So yeah, so there's that one. So let me just move those up there out of the way a second while we bring these ones in. So this one, I think I'm actually going to have it so that it's on here. So we do need to put a little bit of chipboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually, let's see where I'm going to put it. So the chipboard just needs to sit in there. So I'm going to put that there instead. And then just, because it's easier. I get it in the right place then. No. So yeah, just like that, and then and I'm going to do the same as what I've done with that one. I'm hoping I've got enough of the stars out. Yes, I have. Looks like I'll have one extra. Okay, so there's that one, and then again this one I want to stick onto our piece, so that's going to go, because these are quite big embellishments, so I think we're going to have the three there, and I'm going to try and get them again so that all of the points are the same way. So there's that one, and then the last one is our bottle, and I think let's have it at the top. I may need, yeah, I'm going to need a bit of this, so again let's do what we were going to do. So I'm just going to stick that there and then pop a little glue on there, right, and then that should keep us right. Yay! So just like that. And then the stars, again I'm going to do it so that we have two there and one there. Okay, so just like that, and I actually had two stars left, so that's quite cool. So pop them in with my bit books that I actually need to get out. Right, okay, so those are, that's what we've done so far. I've got two sentiments left, so again they'll go in the bit box. Absolutely loving these, really loving these. Now I'm going to just see what I wanted to add a little bit of white detail, but I'm not sure if it's going to show up as much, and I don't think it's going to. This pen, I'm not that fussed with it actually. So this pen came from Scrawler Box, and I like Scrawler Box because you get to try stuff that you wouldn't normally try, and this one came from it, and you know, it's an awful pen. Touch New it's called, but it just does not write very nice, and it's got like a grey tint to it, so absolutely awful pen. Do you know what, it's that awful I'm not even going to keep it. Right, okay, let's try the Jelly. Jelly Roll works so much better. Oh, I know what we'll do. So I'm just going to go all the way around, and let's do some stitching like this. Sometimes, do you know, just the little sort of extra details that you add onto your work really does make a difference and can really make your work stand out. So just a simple thing like adding a doodle border can really make that a bit of a difference. I just love how yeah, how it does it. Right, what am I looking for, guys? You all know, I'm sure you know, my glitter pen. Can anybody see my glitter pen? And no, I can't see it because I haven't got a clue what I did with it. I have recently, I've literally just used it in a previous video, so it should be on my desk, anywhere on my desk really. However, it isn't. So, because I really wanted to make those stars glittery. What about if we colour our stars with the glitter pen? How about that? So this is like a turquoise sea green colour. So what about, because obviously I can't find my glitter pen, what about that? Oh, I like that. I like it a lot. So this is probably why it's really good not to be able to find your things. So let's do this. I don't think I'll do it to all of them. I think we'll just do this to 3 of them. Because like I say, the plan was just to put the glitter pen over the top just to bring in a bit of sparkle. But yeah, can't find it. I'll find it as soon as I finish this video. It's what always happens. So, okay. Love that. I think that just, oh, that really makes that pop, doesn't it? It just looks absolutely gorgeous. So let's do the same with this one. So like I said, you know, it's those extra details that really do make a difference to your pieces. And you know, if you haven't got something that I'm using, look for alternatives. So very similar to, you know, I can't find my sparkle pen. I know it's somewhere because I have just used it. So instead I'm using a glitter gel pen instead, and you know what, it's working lovely. So there is alternatives that you don't have to use the same stuff that I'm using. Use what you have. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely one for use your stash rather than buy. Don't get me wrong, I am the worst person, as most of you know, because of all the amount of hauls that I do each month, of buying new goodies. I just absolutely love receiving new goodies, but then I also love using what I have in my stash as well. I like to think that I use everything in my craft room, or I make the effort to try and use as much stuff as I can in my craft room. Because yeah, you know, we've paid a lot of money for some of the stuff, even if it's, I mean, even if you've just bought a stamp set for £1, you know, it's £1 at the end of the day. You know, you're not going to buy stuff just for the sake of, you know, because you want to. You're buying it because you like it. You're buying it because you want to use it. So, you know, and years down the line, it's still nice to be able to pick that stamp set up out of your stash and use it. So I'm definitely a big believer in use what you have, and if you don't have what somebody else has, find an alternative that you do have within your stash, and you're going to be really, really surprised at what you can achieve and the results you get, because you know, you don't know unless you try. And you know, experiment, definitely experiment. You know, I push my all my products, I push them to to extremes, because I want to know how they work. I want to see what I can do with them. Yeah, I love experimenting, and you know, it's not going to work all the time. Of course it's not going to work all the time, but you know, you've had fun, you've experimented, you've found out more about what the product does, you've found out whether or not you like the product. So you know, there's a whole range of stuff. So I know when I buy stuff, especially like mousses and drops and other bits, I tend to always go for silver, gold, bronze. Those are the colours I always go for, because one of my favourite looks is steampunk when it comes to mixed media. So I know that I'm going to use those when it comes to doing that sort of, when I'm doing my mixed media sort of projects. And it's then that I decide whether or not I like the product, and if I like the product, then I'll look at getting more colours within them. You've just got to find the colours that you always use, because that's one advice I would give you, is whatever colour you use the most, buy that. If you're getting a new product, buy it in that colour, because you're more likely to use it. You're more likely to actually play with the product, and you're more likely to get to know your product as well, because you're going to test it, you're going to do whatever you can, and then if, you know, after you've done so much with the product, you love it, then you start buying the other colours. So that's what I tend to do. I know with paints and things, our Julia is brilliant at describing all of that. So Julia will tell you, always get a true yellow, a cyan and a magenta, because then you can create any colour you want with these three colours. And she's right. I find it really difficult to mix colours. I always have. I don't know if that's down to my dyslexia or not. It's just something that I've never been able to sort of stick in my brain, which is, so that's why I tend to go with a colour that I know I'm going to use a lot. So yeah, and then that's when I sort of push the product itself, and if, like say, if I love it, I'll buy more of them. If I don't love it, then I won't. But I know that I will use that product up because it's in one of my favourite colours. So I've got a lot of pinks, a lot of silvers, a lot of golds and a lot of bronzes. So those are the colours that I have a lot of, because they seem to be the colours that I prefer. Right. Okay, so I'm not colouring these stars in. We're just going to have 3 coloured in, although I think I do prefer them. So, but yeah, I'll do them off camera. Now, I'm wondering, do I need anything else? I don't think I do, but because I've just been talking about products, and I don't know, I have a feeling Julie is going to guess exactly what I'm doing. I'm thinking that we need a little bit of glitter and a little bit of souffle. So I have, I'm just looking for fool's gold, no, diamond, no. Oh, where is it? I have a gorgeous, like, bluey coloured one. There it is, aquamarine. That is going to look gorgeous. So, look at that loveliness. Let's grab a spatula, and we're going to add a little bit of this onto each one, because this is one of my favourite products at the minute. I love it. Now, they do dry clear, which is awesome. And yeah, love. However, you know, if you want to add sparkle to your project, because, you know, I will say these are expensive to buy, you know, and if you don't love them, then it's quite a lot of money sort of spending out just for well, they're not too expensive. They're okay. I don't think they're too badly priced, but you know, not everybody's got the budget. I have a craft allowance every month, so I know what like I can afford, so I sort of get yeah, I'll look at trying to think, work out what I'm saying. Oh, there's a little ball in there. So let's just get rid of that because that's a bit too big for this project. So yeah, but not everybody has it. So what I'm doing here, you could easily achieve. You could just get some of your glitters, some gel medium or some PVA glue, mix it up and do that. So like I was saying before, if you don't have what I have, go in your stash. I can guarantee we all have some sort of glitter, we all have some sort of glue. And just have a play, because that's what it's all about. Oh, I really love, oh, do you know what, I think I'm going to put this bit in this corner. So, see, you can use this stuff with, you can actually use it either with a spatula like I'm doing here, or you can use it with a paintbrush. So there is different ways. I'm not putting a huge amount on, so but I just love the sparkle it adds. I don't know how she makes them, but they're like, when you sort of playing with them, it's like mousse. Oh, they're just absolutely gorgeous. So it's like you're spreading mousse onto your project. Right, Joe, I'm just going to go over that start because, like I say, we're not going to see it. I mean, this is going to dry transparent. It might have a slight tint of the blue in, but that is perfectly fine. Right, last bit. So just in here, like so. Oh, it's so nice. I love. Right. Okay. Right, I have definitely finished now. I'm not going to add anything else, but it was just talking about my products and realising, you know what, I've got these absolute gorgeous souffles from Craftbox, and yeah, we need to use them. Don't let them dry out, because yeah, it's just, otherwise it's just a waste of money, isn't it? So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed it here today. I've loved it. I've had a really good time. I think these look amazing. If you do anything like this, please do come over to my Facebook group and share it with us, because we definitely would love to see what you create. I'm going to leave it there, but and say goodbye. But until next time, please do all stay safe, take care, and happy crafting. Bye.